call it word of mouth. Can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about. Have your cloud, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round. I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me. A slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
Well, all right, everybody. Thank you for another edition of Unscripted. This is currently episode 322. Logan, I know I didn't put it there. I'll get that fixed. But we're at episode 322 right now in the books. And as you can see, I'm your boy, Jay McLovin. I got with me my boy, Babyface Logan Landers. What's up, my brother?
Jay, to quote the great Ron Burgundy, I'm a glass case of emotion. There's a lot going on, man. Why does it feel like every time that we have a show or we're off on the weekend or something, or I'm not here, a lot of stuff goes down, man. Free agency's popping in the NFL. The NBA's gearing up. Of course, we got March Madness starting soon. The Final Four, or the first four, is tomorrow, I believe. So, man, we got a lot to discuss, man. I'm happy to do it with you on this wonderful Tuesday night.
Yeah, absolutely. Before we get into all the things, you're right. Just so everybody's tracking, tonight we got some play-in games to decide who Alabama's going to face. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Aggies are another team that's waiting to find out who they're going to face in the first round. So tonight, and I believe, correct me if Logan, I might be wrong, but I believe it's tonight and tomorrow night. We got the play-in games. And then Thursday, we will actually get the first round officially underway of March Madness. So if you want to find out, tonight is the preliminary, and then Thursday is the official day one first round. Will be in the books. Real quick, opening up the show. I'll tell you, man, I can't believe, man, the Roughnecks, you know, I'm opening up because right now, Logan, we're 4-0, damn it. Logan, we're 4-0.
Yeah.
I can't say that about the Cowboys. I'm just getting excited about what I can get excited about. And the Houston Roughnecks, baby, we're 4-0. And DC is right there with us. I think the Defenders, if I haven't looked, because I think the Defenders played last night and I didn't catch the score on that. They're either 4-0 as well or 3-1. I haven't checked it out. But either way, the Defenders are the top team in their division. The Roughnecks are the top team of their division. And these two behemoths will collide on week 6. Week 6, we will see these guys go at it to find out who really we believe is the true XFL top dog. But Logan, man, what's your thoughts on the XFL? I don't know if you've been keeping up with it or not.
Yeah, honestly, Jay, I haven't been keeping up with it as much as I should because I don't have a dog in the fight, Jay. There's how in what the 3 iterations of this league, how is there not a team in Atlanta? I don't understand it, but we got like what 2 or 3 Florida teams. Regardless, Jay. They got
Price. I appreciate the update. I truthfully did not know. I didn't look at it. I've been so caught up in this free agency that honestly I haven't gone. But if you say they're 4-0, I'll give it to you 4-0. But Anthony, understand this: week 6, your ass is going down. Understand that, Anthony.
Hey, all I know, Jay, is that for that week 6 battle, I will be tuning into that one. I will definitely be locked and loaded, ready for that. And get ready for that sweet XFL action, man. Like I said, it's kind of got the back burner look with the free agency, but we still got football to play, people.
Oh, we got lots. Hey, we got lots of stuff going on. By the way, Steve Rush, I see your comment there. If we're looking for podcasters, I don't know, man. I mean, hey, you never know. I'll tell you what. If you hit me up in the DMs, we can talk about it and see if we can find you a spot. But yeah, hit me up in the DM, Steve, and we'll go from there, brother. But yeah, Logan, man. Hey, moving on. Aaron Rodgers. I want to talk about him specifically separate from the free agents. I want to kind of because there's a couple of things I want to talk about with Aaron, right?
All right.
it has. We know that people have talked about that it's a done deal, that he has accepted it, but now we're kind of seeing where he really accepted it. He's come out and given the damn Jets a wish list of former teammates that he's played with that he would like to see them go after, one of which we already know is in the books. Lazard is signing with the Jets, so he got one out of the wish list already. But it looks like, from what I've seen so far, the Jets should be giving up around 4 picks for Aaron Rodgers. That's the latest rumor I've heard. It hasn't been official, but that's what I've heard, Logan.
Honestly, Jay, that's kind of what I've seen. Like you said, nothing is official at this moment. But I mean, he is the top guy in free agency still, and the Jets are the only team really he's been linked to, at least heavily. The Raiders were there for a second, but since they got Jimmy G, that's off the table. But I think it'll happen. The Jets got draft picks to blow, and I mean, if they're going to go for it, Jay, if they're serious, you got to go for it now.
Yeah, absolutely. On that wish list as well is OBJ, go figure. Randall Cobb, go figure. Mercedes Lewis, the tight end. Those are guys that he says he wants the Jets to pick up. He's asking a whole hell of a lot from a team that's already given up 4 draft picks for them to come over. I mean, let me ask you this. And a lot of these guys, with the exception of Lazard and probably OBJ, I guess I'm more looking at Cobb and Mercedes Lewis. Do you really want to give these guys contracts just because that's what Rodgers wants?
Bro, if I'm giving them a contract, Jay, I'm giving them a vet min. I'm not giving them much. Because, they're older, right? I get that Rodgers is obviously played with them before, used to their style. It'll click like butter, it'll look good. But I'm not giving them much, man. I'm giving them a 1-year deal. For those guys, for a 1-year deal. Lazard, I forget what his deal was. We'll look at it a little bit. But in OBJ, you can give him, maybe 2 years. I'm not giving him a whole lot either. But those guys, I need a 1-year deal for not much money.
Yeah, Anthony Price goes on to say Rodgers is trying to make the Jets the Green Bay Jets. Well, it's he wants the security blankets, right? I think that's what Aaron wants. I think Aaron wants his security blankets. But the problem is I don't think the security blankets are going to get Aaron where Aaron needs to go. I think Aaron, in some ways, has to get out from that security blanket comfort zone. You know what I'm saying?
I'm about to say, and let's not forget, those aren't going to be the main guys. Because let's not forget, the Jets have some good pieces, Jay. They got Garrett Wilson, right, who was phenomenal last year for them, even with some substandard, we'll say, or some decent quarterback play with Mike White at least. So, if you throw, obviously that's going to be the number 1 guy. But you throw in Lazard, you throw in Lewis, and potentially OBJ, that's a solid group right there.
No, absolutely. And, real quick, before I forget, I didn't announce it. Check us out for updated information as it comes available on Twitter at Unscripted Guys, all one word. And then you can check out our videos that Logan puts together for us over there on TikTok at Unscripted Sports, all one word as well. And before I forget to do this, Logan, because I did.
It's time. It's time now. It's never too late.
Much like my life, everything is always late.
Officially breaking news.
That's how we go, man. That's how we do. World Baseball Classic, Logan. I don't know how much you've been tracking the United States of America, but it's been kind of interesting to me, Logan. It's been interesting. So we struggled with Great Britain in Game 1. We did beat them 6-2, but if you watch that game, like Frankie pointed out and like Stat Guy pointed out, there were several opportunities that Great Britain, quite honestly, could have beaten us and didn't take advantage of it. Then we go on to play Mexico, who, let's just be honest, flat out destroyed us. And then we go on, and of course, pitching. If you looked at that Mexico game, pitching was clearly an issue. We had, I think, one guy had an ERA of 54, one guy had an ERA of 18, one guy had an ERA of 30. I mean, they were just killing our pitching, Mexico was. And again, a lot of it is due to that pitch count, right? I think you can only go, 65 pitches, and they require you to pull the guy and put somebody else in. So you can blame that all you want, but at the end of the day, our pitchers didn't perform, and our hitters certainly didn't perform, and that just is what it is. And then lastly, we went on to play Canada that we destroyed and cremated at 12-1. So again, Canada, mid-level team, Great Britain, slowly, I think slightly under mid-level, and then Mexico, a pretty good team. So we're 2-1, we're top of Pool C, but Logan, I don't know how you feel about it. I don't have warm fuzzies right now.
I mean, I'm not feeling like we're screwed, Jay. I'm not feeling like that because, like you said, that we did that. If we lost against Canada last night, then I would have been feeling rough, right? I wouldn't have been feeling good about this. But they came out clutch. Our boys did in the red, white, and blue, and got the win against those Canucks out there with Canada. And we're like I said, Jay. I think we're 2-1 now in the World Baseball Classic. So it is a winning record. Right now. So like I said, they control their destiny, Jay. Pretty much, if you keep winning, you'll be moving on. And so far, like I said, the Mexico game, that was rough. They just came out the gate swinging, man. I think Meneses, he had like two home runs. I think he was just on fire. Just about to hot. I mean, what more can you do? Happens in baseball. But like I said, I'm not feeling like we're world beaters. That I'm not feeling 1,000% confident that we got this in the bag. But I'm not feeling like we're down in the dumps. I'm about 50-50.
And the only thing that makes me a little worried, honestly, Logan, is, last thing I want to point out about this is, Pool C, honestly, if you take Mexico out of it, is really kind of a lame class. I mean, if you take U.S. and the Mexico out of it, the rest of the teams we're really just, it's not a good pool. Now, if you look at the one that has Dominicans in it, if you look at the one that has the Netherlands in it, those pool classes, and even the one that has Japan. I think the one that has Japan is probably the best one because they have Australia. I think Australia's like a 3-1. Japan's like 4-0. I mean, if you look at that pool, I mean, there's better pools out there. So we're not playing in quote unquote the strongest pool, and that's what I think has to be worried is when we go up against teams like Japan, even Dominican Republic. Those and even the Netherlands. Those are teams that really, when we get into tournament play, that I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna be a little nervous going up against.
And like you said, Jay, those teams have been looking really good. Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, a bunch of those teams. But, obviously there's still some room to improve. And, I would rather us kind of struggle early out the gates, Jay. And like I said, we do have a winning record, so that's still fine. But I'd rather struggle early and then kind of hit our stride a few games later. But so far, like I said, World Baseball Classic, it's so Jay, we need some of this in MLB. All right, bro, the fans are going crazy out there. They got streamers, they got the thunder clappers, whatever you want to call them. Bro, they are having a party out there in the outfield. It's a good time.
Hey, when U.S. played Mexico, from what stat was coming, he said you would have thought that was Game 7 of the World Series.
Bro, you really
stupid crazy.
Yeah, and that's
crazy. Just to give you guys an update, so tomorrow, U.S. does play Colombia at 10 p.m. Eastern time on Fox Sports 1 if you want to catch that game. So their next game will be tomorrow against Colombia. And like I said, man, we need all the wins we can get to build up momentum for when we got to go against guys like Cuba, guys like the Netherlands, and then Japan, Australia. I mean, these are games that are clearly incredible. Canada is even up with us right now at 2-1. So, yeah, and then you got Venezuela, who's 3-0, and they're in the same class as Dominican Republic, Nicaragua, and Puerto Rico. So, again, tomorrow, if you want to catch the U.S., it will be at 10 o'clock FS1 against Colombia, which is nice. I like that 10 o'clock game. Normally, I don't like 10 o'clock games, but if you want to watch these play-in games, it gives you the opportunity to watch the NCAA play-in and then get you ready for the baseball classic later that evening. So it does give you some flexibility. If you're a night owl, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. I'm not really a night owl anymore. I'm old as dirt, but that is the way it goes. Last thing I want to talk about before we get into this free agent frenzy that we really are all really anticipating is Trevor Bauer to Japan. You know what, Logan? Sometimes you got to go to – I don't want to say it's a lesser league, but if you're trying to get back to the MLB, this would be the lesser league. So he's going to Japan. He is a former Cy Young winner, which is crazy. I'm really surprised. Logan, I got to be honest. Let me just talk for a second. The guy's a Cy Young winner. It's not like he's peanuts. Yes, Is his moral compass a little bit off? Of course it's a little bit off. It's way off. But at the same time, he wasn't convicted. I think he learned that, hey, there's certain things, even if, quote unquote, if that's your freaky nature of sexual activities, sometimes you just got to know what to do, what not to do, or at least have legal precautions in between. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not your psychologist, nor your lawyer. But I will say this. I'm surprised somebody has not given him an option to come play baseball with them. I mean, a former Cy Young, Logan, I got to be honest with you, man. I'm going to take an option. I'm going to take a flyer on him. I'm going to give him a low-ass contract, but I'm going to take a flyer on him.
Jay, I am kind of surprised that not a single team even gave him an offer from what it seems. But, I mean, even before the allegations and that whole fiasco that happened, I mean, he didn't seem like the most popular player, right? He had a temper, and he also had some other incidents. So I think teams kind of just soured on him and said, look, if, obviously he didn't pitch at all last season, so that didn't help him at all. And, I mean, Jay, he did, like I said, he did win a Cy Young, great time. It was the COVID year, so, I mean, you can always put a little asterisk on that. But going to Japan on, I think, a 1-year deal, nothing major, just kind of a prove it deal.
Right.
But we'll see how he does, And
I mean, he's not a young guy though, Logan. He's getting
older.
So not that he can't pitch, because we all know Verlander's 39 and
right.
Palmer's a little older. So not that he can't make his way back into the rotation of MLB. Somebody will take a fly on him if he does really well out there. He signed on with Yokohama Dene Bay Stars out there in Nippon professional baseball in Japan. So that's who he signed on with. If he does well out there in Nippon, scouts are going to still be looking. You can't tell me a scout's not out there looking out. So if he does,
I think if he likes it up this year, Jay, I think someone will give him the money. I think if he likes it up this year, if he has a good year, I think someone will take a flyer on him. Like I said, he's still got a little bit left in the tank. Like I said, he is getting older, but it's not like he's got a year or two left for. We think he might retire. But like I said, I mean, unfortunately for him, I mean, my God, the Dodgers paid him how much money, and now it's all been kind of squandered away.
Speaking of that, I'll give the last bullet point I had on that was, he's getting the full salary from the Dodgers and the Bay Stars. He still has $22.5 million left on that 110, whatever it was, $1 million deal that he signed. So he's getting $22.5 million from the Dodgers this year, plus an additional $4 million, plus incentives from the Bay Stars. Not to mention, he'll be getting free room and board, free meals, and free transportation. That's what Japan typically offers their baseball players. So if you look at all the things he's getting from that, he's still going to make a nice chunk of money.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, Trevor Bauer, rest in peace. We'll see if you make your way back to the majors. On to free agent signing, baby. Let's just cut through the bullshit, shall we?
Hey, Jay, let's speed round. We got so many to talk about. We got to speed round this one.
Hey, listen, I want to start off first off with the rest in peace to Frankie the Yankee. He was so looking forward to Jacoby Myers coming back that every time I said, yo, your boy Jacoby Myers, he's looking like the best free agent right now out there. Oh, no, Jay, he coming back. Get that. What did he say to me? Get that out of your mouth. That's what he said. Get it out of my mouth. Frankie, I tried to get it out of my mouth. But you know what? Logan, where'd he go to, Logan?
He went to Vegas, baby. Sin City.
Right, baby. Went to the Raiders.
Jay, and, I mean, I'm cool with it. I'll take it. My heart still hurt a little bit with Darren Waller getting traded. But,
hey, hold on, Philip. We're getting there. Hey, I'm about to ask you about
I know. But solely speaking about Jacoby Myers, Frankie, I'll be hitting you up. I'm not familiar with his game. I know that he kind of cost you, and that was kind of his tryout, I think, for the Raiders last year. Jay, you remember that play where he chucked the ball 10 yards, and the defender caught it, stiff-armed Mac Jones into oblivion, and got the game-winning touchdown. So that was his tryout, Jay. I think the team, they saw that. They said, hey, you got a heck of a cannon, kid. Why don't you come on over to our team instead? So how do you see him with the black and silver?
And Mike Hughes chimes in because, right now, let me tell you something, Logan. Before we got into free agency, let me go back a little bit before that. Before the Bears struck first in the trade, they got the bag from Carolina. I got to be honest with you. Mike Hughes was not happy. He was sad. He was gloomy. He had no upside to his team. And lo and behold, they go out and pull off. It's almost like Dumb and Dumber. Just when you thought that he couldn't get any more depressed, you go and you pull off this trade, and he's just excited. Oh, Mike Hughes is beside himself. He's running to the quad naked. He's just doing all kinds of craziness. Bear down, bitches, is what he's saying.
That's what he's rocking with now. That's his motto now. Right?
And just to make it even better, then he picks up a couple of linebackers. Mm-hmm. He's picking up an offensive lineman. They're doing this. They're doing that. And now Mike's on top of the damn world. He's about to hit the lotto in the draft. At this point now, Mike is gone from being gloomy to being number one on the pedestal. Now, let's segue from Mike over to you, Logan, if we can.
To me.
You started out good when you signed Jimmy G. The Raiders were looking pretty good. You brought in Jacoby Myers. We're looking better. And then, lo and behold, you let go of Darren Waller to the Giants. Your star-studded tight end. And what did you get in return for it, Logan? What did you get?
We didn't get as much as I wanted, Jay.
No. What did you get, Logan? What did you get?
Jay, we got a draft pick that is not in the first or second round, which I think is worse. They got him for a third round draft pick, and knowing the Raiders' draft history, Jay, I pray to God they just trade that pick because we can't draft. We can't draft.
Damn, son, you let go of your best acquisitional piece for a 2020 third round pick.
You know, I heard even more too, and this is just for Darren Waller himself. So, Jay, I don't know if you're familiar, but he got married to Las Vegas Aces star Kelsey Plum. I think just the other day. Got married, right? Both of them, living life in Vegas on the honeymoon, probably.
Living the dream.
Hey, Darren, you're going to New York.
I wonder how that marriage going to see some lonely nights.
That was their first fight, Jay. That was their first fight right there.
Hey, she probably told him, oh, I know you ain't doing that. I know you better go talk to the managers.
Yeah, but hey, honestly, I mean, Jay, look, it sucks, right? But you talked about Jimmy G. Cool with that. They need a quarterback. But my God, Jay, we're not doing the thing. We need some defense. We need defense.
Yes, you do. By the way, Jimmy G said he plans on visiting the Bunny Ranch real soon.
Hey man, he's got those movies.
I'm not gonna. Hey, listen. If I'm not married and I don't have a girlfriend, hey, I'm gonna go down to the Bunny Ranch too. Hey, I'm gonna have me a good time. It is what it is. But no, and then you look at, what did the Cowboys, like I said, finally made a splash. We trade, I think, a 5th round pick, and we pick up Stephon Gilmore, which I love that because I'm gonna put Gilmore right there on the upper side of Trayvon Diggs, and now our defense is, that was really kind of missing piece.
I like that pickup. I know Chris probably ain't too happy about it, but I mean, who did Indianapolis get today? They got a quarterback, didn't they? We got a backup, something like that.
I have not.
They get Andy Dalton.
I know they've been losing people. They've lost quite a few guys.
No, I'm thinking Carolina's who got Andy Dalton, not Indianapolis.
Yeah, Andy Dalton got a 2-year, $10 million deal to go over to Carolina. Dalton got picked up on that 1-year deal over there with the 49ers. Just some subpar moves. And then
Jameis re-signed.
Heineke goes to your boys, the Falcons.
He goes to the Falcons. Hey, let me just say, Jay, the Falcons been busy this offseason, man.
Yes, they
have. They've been busy. They re-signed Lindstrom. They got Jesse Bates from Cincinnati, one of their best players. Makes him, I think, the 3rd or 4th highest paid safety in league history. So I mean, like I said, the Falcons been making some good moves. I think. I mean, they definitely.
But I don't understand though. is, and maybe it's the only thing I could figure is it's probably a cat move, is that the Philadelphia Eagles are bringing in Rashad Penny. They signed Rashad Penny from Seattle to take over the running back duties. Now they're going to let go, obviously, of Miles Sanders. The only thing I can figure is maybe their thought process, we're going to bring in Rashad Penny, we'll let go of Sanders. The cat money we save from Sanders, I guess they're going to try to apply that to keep whatever defensive people they can before they have to say la vie to Charles Johnson and so forth.
Well, I mean, let's see. The Hargreaves, did he leave or did he re-sign with them? Javon Hargreaves.
Oh, Hargrave left. Hargrave went to 49ers.
Yeah. Okay, so he's gone. They re-signed Kelsey. He's coming back for one more season at least.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, Penny's going to be their running back. But, I mean, we knew, Jay, they were going to be in some cap trouble. And also, I mean, Vegas was too. That's probably why they just ended up trading Darren Waller. Because, I mean, hey, you're in cap trouble, man. You got to do something about that. But that's why the Falcons are able to get these guys so much money. The Falcons got a boatload.
I was surprised to see the New York Giants re-sign Shepard, but I guess they felt like there's nobody else really out there in the class that would have been better than Shepard anyway. So I guess they're going to take a chance and re-sign him. The only problem is he always stays injured. That's the only thing that kind of worries me on that specific one. But, hey, don't worry. I'm pretty sure that at some point in this draft, the New York Giants will be taking on another wide receiver. I can't imagine them not taking on a wide receiver in that second. I think in the second round, there's going to be a lot of wide receivers coming off the books. And then you look over at Washington. They signed offensive lineman Andrew Wiley from the Chiefs. I thought that was a good pickup simply because they really needed to bolster that offensive line. So I thought that was a good one. So
Jay, are they rocking with Sam Howell this year for quarterback? Is that what they're going with?
Right now, they got Howell most likely they don't have anybody else to rock with other than Howell.
And Jay,
I guess Wentz is still there. You could probably try to rock again with Wentz.
So I bring that up, Jay, because our boy, former NFL draft scout Daniel Kelly, he tweeted something today. Jay, I want to get your thoughts on it real quick about obviously Taylor Heineke. He left, went to the Falcons. He's going to be the backup, which I think is a solid backup move. So he tweeted, Taylor Heineke is the biggest loss for Washington since John Riggins.
Wow.
High praise for the young man.
That's a big statement, considering what Riggins meant to the Redskins. That's a big – and I understand where he's coming from when he says that because, quite honestly, Wentz isn't the guy. Heineke did show flashes, and I kind of would have liked to have seen Heineke under Bieniemy to see if Bieniemy could do something with Heineke, right? Or maybe Bieniemy was just full of shit the whole damn time. Just kind of see what he could do with Taylor over there. Another thing, the Cowboys at one time were trying to grab Peterson, and I see that the Steelers actually beat them to the punch on a 2-year deal. So now the Pittsburgh Steelers are bolstering up their defensive secondary.
Yeah, I mean, the Steelers, man, I think the Steelers are kind of an interesting team, Jay. I don't think they're a powerhouse per se, but they surprised me last year. I thought they weren't going to be nearly as good as they were. And now you get a vet. You get a vet with Peterson, and then we'll see what else they do this offseason. But I like the pickup. You need a vet.
And then Logan, if you look over there to the AFC South, the Texans, they're actually bolstering up their defense. They're actually stocking up on a lot of defense. They just brought in Ridgeway, that defensive tackle from the 49ers. D'Amico Ryans is not playing around. He's really making some good acquisitions over there for the Texans. They brought in Woods, the receiver that got let go by the Titans. They brought him in. And again, I think they take that Quentin Johnson. Is it Johnson or Richardson? That wide receiver in the draft. I forget his last name.
From TCU, right? I think Johnson.
He's big, fast. Yeah. So again, I think they're bringing in. I think they're going to try to draft Johnson because I think they still feel like they're going to lose out on Cooks. I think that's probably also why they brought in Woods is in case they lose out on that. So the Texans are down there too. Cautionary moves over there, and I think I think Bryce Young's going to fall to them right there at the number 2 pick. I think Stroud goes number 1. So the Texans are really putting themselves in a good spot considering where they came from, 2 or 3 years ago and where they are now. I think D'Amico Ryans is really showing that he was the right guy for that team, and the way that he's bringing in free agents and things like that, and what he's going to do in the draft. I think the Texans could be finishing number 2 behind the Jaguars in that division. And I got the Titans at 3 and the Colts dead last.
That's a hot take there, Jay. We'll see what happens with it.
That's a medium take. The hot take.
You think so?
Hey, the hot take. No, that's the medium take. You want to know what the hot take is? The hot take is they get number 1 in the draft next year.
There you go. Oh, they go back to not back to back, but they still 1 and 2 picks back to back years.
Hey, the Colts are going to have the number 1 pick in next year's draft.
Oh, Jay, hit that button. Hit that button. You know where it's on the side. You got to do it.
Find that. Let me say that again.
Hey.
The Colts will be drafting number 1 next year, and you know who they pick? Caleb Williams.
Let it be known that on what have we got? March 14th, 2023, Jay Williams said that.
Put it in your book, folks. I'm telling you right now, if I'm Jim Irsay and I'm Steichen, I'm over there telling myself, look, guys, we're gonna draft offensive lineman at number 4. We're gonna bring in we're gonna go get us a receiver in the 2nd round, and we're gonna build this team up so that next year when we get Caleb Williams, we can get back where we need to be. You watch. I'm telling you, Caleb Williams, number 1 draft pick next year in the 24 draft to the Indianapolis Colts. You can put that in your book.
There we go. All right, what we got next on the docket? We got more free agents.
I'm gonna tell you what's next. The Cowboys were stupid, and they lost Connor McGovern, and who picked him up? The Bills. And I'm going to tell you right now, that was the best damn pickup the Bills could have ever made to support not only Singletary in the run game, but to protect or help protect Josh Allen and make him more successful. Because that was one of the sore spots I thought with the Bills. They still needed to bolster up that offensive line a little bit. And Connor McGovern is a damn good offensive lineman, and I think that's going to prove to be its weight in gold for the Bills. The Chiefs. They went up picking offensive lineman Juwan Taylor on a 4-year deal. So, they're obviously, they had to do that because of what they lost when they lost to the Washington Commanders. So, again, that was a pretty good one. Who else we got out there? What else happened? I got Alec Davis, a guard for Chicago. That's another thing. They're geared, like I said, they're geared up on the offensive line.
They are.
To really put something over there for Justin Fields to work behind. So
they didn't want him to get creamed, Jay. They didn't want him to get beaten to the ground.
Listen, hey, when you're like that, hey, what I'm saying? And then obviously let's not overlook the biggest one, Jalen Ramsey. Opposite the side of Xavier Howard in Miami from the Rams. I think they gave up, a 3rd-round pick for him, I believe it was. It wasn't much.
You know what I think it is, Jay? I think the NBA's kind of screwed us in terms of what we think players should be getting or worth for. You know what I mean? Because mediocre players in the NBA are getting first-round picks. Meanwhile, for the NFL, you got guys like Jalen Ramsey and Darren Waller. They're getting 3rd-round picks. So I think the NBA is kind of skewered that a little bit for us. But hey, shout out Big Shot Rob though, man. Look who is on that defense now.
I put that in there for Rob Strite. He said Patrick Ramsey said a dream come true with him in a Dolphins uniform, baby.
There we go.
What a time to be alive. And actually, I was wrong. Jalen Ramsey went to the Dolphins for a 2023. I was right. He went for a 2023 3rd-round pick, number 77 overall, and a tight end. And I forgot the tight end that they picked up, but they picked up a tight end as well.
It was like Hunter. I think Hunter Long, maybe something along those lines.
Long, something like that. I mean, it was just for Ramsey, it was And I got kind of picked on a little bit about this, but Ramsey last year. Statistically, Ramsey I'm not saying he didn't get burned a few times, but statistically, Ramsey had a statistically good year. In 2022, he put up 88 tackles, 4 interceptions, 18 pass deflections, and 2 sacks. I mean, it is a little bit of a down year for Ramsey, but still, statistically, pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. When you pair him on opposite of Howard, that really solidifies that Miami defense. And Logan, hold on. I got something else for you. Hold on. One more time.
Is this something we're breaking ears?
Miami Dolphins are going to give the Buffalo Bills a run for first place.
Mark
my words.
Close your ears for that one, brother.
Mark my words. I'm telling you, Miami, they on the rebound, and they coming up quick because they also locked in their two runners in Mostert and Wilson. They got them locked up. So their running group is back, baby. Back.
Hey, plus hopefully, right, fingers crossed, Tua stays healthy this year. That's a bad team in Miami, Jay. That's a bad team.
And let's not pretend that if he does go down, that Mike White's not ready to take over the reign.
Hey, Mike White was 30 last year. Mike White was the reason the Jets were doing so hot. Let's not forget that.
And now you're going to give him an accoutrement of Gesicki and Waddle and Hill. Are you kidding me right now? And he's got two great running backs coming from behind. And he's got a great defense to back him. Come on, baby. Come on. Okay, Tua goes down. Great. Mike White, step up. Let's go. We're ready to run.
Miami's looking hot, Jay. And I'm not talking about the weather.
I want to go back, if I can, real quick, back to the Texans, though.
Go ahead.
They did pick up quarterback Case Keenum. The backup quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, obviously, will now be the backup quarterback over there with the Texans. They also picked up Chase Winovich and the running back or linebacker Chase Winovich, and they also picked up the running back Mike Boone.
All right, there you go.
But I will tell you, Logan, one of the bigger additions in my book, honestly, and another team that I think is going. Hold on. Let me one more time. Here it comes, baby. The Detroit Lions will win the North. The Detroit Lions will win the North. And I'm going to tell you why.
Kneecaps.
Bruh, they already got one shutdown corner in Akuda. They just signed cornerback Cameron Sutton to play opposite. So you're going to tell me you got a pair of star-studded corners. You got the badass Aiden Hutchinson on one side, and I'm not going to tell you, I bet you they pick up another guy to pair up on the side of him in the draft. I wouldn't be surprised if, quote-unquote, they pick up Miles Murphy.
Let's not forget, Jay, that offense kind of shot some people last year.
Listen, I think offensively on that side of the board, they're good. I think they just need to beef up a little bit more on that defensive side to kind of complement the offense. And I think that's exactly what they're doing, not only in free agency, but they're going to do it in the draft as well. And I'm telling you, man, watch out for these Lions. These dudes are picking up. And right now, if I'm Matthew Stafford, I'm thinking like, damn. It took me leaving for them finally to do something there in Detroit. Seriously. What a time to be alive. And then let's not look past Logan. Your boy Stidham signed a contract with the Denver Broncos.
Yeah. I mean, hey.
Literally.
Yeah, he went to the rivals, man. I mean, it is what it is, but Stidham had three games or whatever last year, not too major, but hey, it's backup quarterback. I'm sure the Raiders will find someone else, but hey, got his bag and he's going over to help out Russ and see what they're going to be cooking up over there.
But my question, Logan, is,
all right,
who? Hey, look, watch this. I know you got Jimmy G now, and that's great. But we also know Jimmy G is sometimes injury prone, and there's right now nobody behind him, Logan. Nobody. So I'm assuming, and I think it's a safe assumption that they're going to pick up. I would imagine probably Levis. I think Levis might sneak down to the Raiders at that level. But do you think that's what they're going to do? Do you think that's what they're banking on? Is that they get Jimmy G as a starter? They'll bring in Levis from the draft, put it behind him in case something happens, and they can put Levis in there. Is that the Raiders' mindset?
That might be their mindset, Jay. But I personally, I'm not a huge fan of Will Levis. That's just me. I don't know. I wasn't sold on him, man. But I mean, they got a prime opportunity to pick someone up, Jay. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if maybe. Oh, you know, what would be wonderful, Jay. Kind of a dream scenario. What if Will Anderson from Alabama falls? What if he goes all the way, or Jalen Carter? Because my God, they need some defense, bro. They got. Oh my God, they need some defense.
I mean, I'll be honest.
If you can work around
far down, that would be incredible. I don't know if Arizona is going to allow that to happen, though.
Yeah, I don't. I would. Hey, man, I don't know with Arizona, man. That's a team that's let me down on just a professional level for years. I thought Arizona was going to be hot this year, man. I thought they were going to be good. They got D-Hop. They got Murray, who got that bag. But my God, did they suck.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely. And that's the thing. I think they take Levis. I think the Raiders work their way up. I think they take Levis. I think that's what they're – in my opinion, based on their current situation at the QB spot, if they're smart, they'll take Levis because really there's nobody else out there right now that they could do. And I think if Tampa Bay is smart, they'll make a play on Baker Mayfield or Jacoby Brissett. But I would lean more towards Baker Mayfield. I think Baker would be the better option to. And again, I'm speaking from a gap fill standpoint, not necessarily like the guy that take him to the promised land, but I mean. And Tampa just feels like they're going to go to full rebuild, which if they go to full rebuild, then why not go ahead and put Mike Evans and Godwin up for grabs and try to do draft picks off those guys?
Yeah, and let's be real, Jay. That NFC South was rough last year to watch.
It was rough. It was way rough.
Hopefully, it's better this year. But, man, without Tom Brady, I mean, the best quarterback you got right now is Jameis Winston, I guess. You know, I mean – hey, ain't looking too pretty still, but
yeah, I mean the Saints did re-sign Winston to back up Carr, so we'll see what happens over that direction.
Carr, forgot. How could I forget, Jay?
What's interesting to me though is now Austin Eckler didn't get the financial contract he was looking for from the Chargers, so now Austin Eckler is looking for a trade. Yep. Where does he go?
Oh. That's a tough one, man. I just want to know where you think he'll go because that's.
If I'm Austin Eckler, you know, I'm looking at teams like Buffalo because I don't think Singletary's the answer.
Bro, come on, Buffalo.
In all honesty, I think they could just swap running backs. I think Singletary could. I think they could work out a trade Singletary for Austin Eckler. Who else really needs a running back though? The Saints, if you don't think,
you don't know Kamara. Yep.
Because I don't think Kamara is going to be Mr. Trustworthy over there.
Yeah, I know the Cardinals need one.
Cardinals would be a good destination as well. But then again, the Cardinals, bro, they're in such flux right now that if I'm Eckler, I don't want to go to that mess. They don't know what's going to go on. They don't know what's going to go on with what's the quarterback over there? Damn it, Murray, Jamal Murray, whatever.
Kyler Murray.
Losing back. If you think that Murray is going to be healthy enough to go the whole season, or even competently dialed in to be competitive to go the whole season, then great. If I'm Austin Eckler, I want nothing to do with that Arizona mess. I'm going to go straight to the Saints and try to rebuild over there with Derek Carr.
There you go.
That's what I'm doing.
That's not a bad move.
That's what I'm doing. I'm not sure if am I missing anything in free agency that I have not covered already that has happened?
I think we got them, or got at least all the major ones off the top of my head, man. It's been a wild day and a half. But like you said, if the fans, if they want to know all the moves that maybe we didn't talk about, they will follow us on Facebook or on Twitter, on Facebook, and of course on TikTok for all the best and biggest news. I'm just saying. That's what we're going to do.
I like how you segued, Logan. That was a true professional move on your part.
That's how we do it, man. I'm working in radio. I got to have my segues down.
Man, I would tell you right now, if I could pull off an ESPY or an Oscar for that performance that you just gave, I'm telling you, I would give it to you in a heartbeat. But I think let me ask you this. Okay, who do you let's pick winner. Who is the winners of free agency so far? I'm telling you right now, I'm Bears all the way. They got two. Yeah. They picked up two linebackers, offensive linemen, and what they did in the draft was stupid. And I don't know how we look. There's nobody that in my opinion, got better than the Bears. Would you agree with that, or do you have any?
On the first one, see Damien said Austin Eckler is projected to go. Jay, if he goes to the Bears, that is a scary team, honestly, man.
That's true because David Montgomery is
but
it looks like he's going to walk. So
yeah,
they are going to need somebody, and that might not be a bad spot either.
Yeah.
However, remember, no, you know what? I'm not going to say that. The Bears have made so many good moves right now, and they still have the draft to add more to it. That if I'm Eckler, I probably would go to Chicago.
And just to go back to what we were saying, Jay, I think the Bears are the top team right now in terms of free agency. But honestly, Jay, I'm gonna put the Falcons at number 2. They've been very active. They've got a few guys from the Saints. And most importantly, they helped out that defense, which was rough last year, man. So I think the Falcons are at least up there. Obviously, I think the Bears are clear-cut number 1, but I got the Falcons at number 2.
Yeah, I thought the Falcons did well, and in all honesty, I actually had the Falcons and the Texans kind of tied on that one, only because of what the Texans added with the receiver and also what they added on that defense. So I don't know, man. I saw some teams. Really add a lot, and I saw some teams take some subtractions. I'm gonna tell you right now, Cowboys, you get a D. And the only reason you don't get an F is because you did bring in a good cornerback. But I'm giving you a D because you lost McGovern and most likely you're going to lose Schultz. And those are 2 big ass pieces on that offense. And yeah, man. And I really want to give you an F right now. So keep that in mind. And I will tell you right now, New England, I'm giving you a D as well for the same damn reason. Yeah. You know,
I'll give the Raiders a C, Jay. I'll give them a C because I like the Jimmy Garoppolo pickup. But
Logan, I would normally give you the Jimmy G, but that Waller trade, I can't do.
Yeah, I didn't want to give him a D, Jay. I had to give him a little bit of something because we give out 3 Ds.
I tell you what I'll do. I'll meet you in the middle. I'll give you a D plus. I'll give you a D plus.
I'll accept it. Depending on who they get in the draft, that might bump it up or bump it down.
So Damien says free agency winners is Bears, Dolphins. I'll give you the Dolphins.
Dolphins
49ers, Broncos, Falcons. Yeah, man.
Broncos.
For the first time, that's not an outlandish statement.
I'm about to look at Damien. Maybe he's progressing, Jay. He's growing up a little bit. Keep that up, brother.
It only took I don't even know how many episodes to get in there.
3 years, but hey, we love you, Damien. We love you.
You know what's crazy? That really was annoying me that I didn't put the episode number on top. But I do have the episode number.
You can fix it.
But it is in the Google Doc. So, I mean, it is what it is.
I'm about to say you can still go in and edit it. We're still good. We still got it.
I will edit
All
it.
Right, Jay. Oh boy. Woo.
And I told you to do your homework now.
Oh, I know.
I told you to do your homework. So I want to know who is going to be your March. And look, there's going to be a lot of different different types of bust.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at what do you think a significant bust in the bracket would be?
Ooh. Now, Jay, I could go outlandish, and I could go with our local Georgia team, the one we got with Kennesaw State. Right, they're going up against Xavier, who I believe is number 3 or number 5. I could rock with that, but if we're going even crazier, right, Jay? How about old Oral Roberts out there with Duke? Well, you never know. You never know.
You know what? Hey,
we've seen some crazy things going on, Jay.
That was actually one of the ones that I was thinking as well.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's actually really good because that's not the one that I chose. But that was one of the ones that I was looking at.
I would say that because Oral Roberts is
any university that has oral as the first word. I just don't trust them. But
I'm about to say, Jay, only reason I give it to them is because, yes, I understand they are a smaller school. You're right. But, Jay, they went 30-4. That's impressive, man.
That was impressive. It was impressive.
30-4? I'm pretty sure that's the best record in all of the tournament, at least from what I'm just kind of seeing here, scrolling through the games for at least tomorrow. So I mean that's I gotta give them the benefit.
When I see my bus,
okay.
When I see my bus will be in the second round.
Okay. See, I'm just going solely first round here.
Oh no, you can do whatever round, whatever you think. I'm going second round because I already looking at the bracket the way the first round is set up. I know that Arkansas will beat Illinois. I have no doubt that Arkansas will beat Illinois in that first round. And again, we all know that they're very close. I think Arkansas is 8 and Illinois is 9. So that's going to be a very highly contested battle. But what I see it is I see Arkansas pulling off the win at Illinois. I see Kansas getting the win, and then I see Arkansas, Kansas, who, if you know, Kansas is the number 1 seed in this bracket.
Yep.
And I see Arkansas beating Kansas and pulling off that upset. Now, here's the deal. Now you're going to say why? Let me just give you the quick why. Arkansas, if you know anything about the Razorbacks, Smith and Black, their guards, are both lottery projected players for this draft coming up. Now, Smith has been out a significant part of time with the Razorbacks. I think he went out in December. He came back in February. So there was a lot of games that Smith was out on. So I think that kind of hurt the Razorbacks. They only gave him an 8-10 record. But I think had Smith not gotten hurt, that record would have been drastically different, and they could have competed for the number 1 seed overall, in my opinion. But Smith was a huge loss. They went to if you look at Kansas, they went to the Elite 8 last year, and they do have NBA talent on that roster, and so and that's the reason. That's probably the biggest reason. But what I would tell you, for them to beat Kansas, they're going to have to, number 1, avoid foul trouble. That's been a big thing with them. And then they're going to have big games from Smith and Black. And if they can do that, if they can get good games from their all-star players, they avoid foul trouble, this could be a team that could make the Final Four. Could be. Could be. So I had them busting the bracket at Kansas and Arkansas moving on from there. And I had that as the first number 1 seed to go down in the second round.
All right, Jay, just kind of looking through the rest of the first rounders here. Jay, another kind of a major team that could be potentially busting some people's brackets here. Same records, Jay, 21-11 on the season. We have the Kentucky Wildcats going up against Providence.
Oh, nice.
Jay, Kentucky ain't been looking too red hot this year. Let's be real here. That's not the team we're used to.
No, not at all.
Jay, you know what's even crazier, Jay? And North Carolina, the number 1 ranked AP team in the preseason, ain't even in the tournament, Jay. If that's not a cue for probably setting up one of the more wild March Madnesses we've ever had, I don't know what is. Bro, March Madness, you're telling me that North Carolina is not one of the 64 best teams in the country this year, and they're ranked number 1? Oh, that's crazy. Quick update, though, because we have one game going on. Let's see here, Jay. So we got, I'm guessing Southeast Missouri rocking up against Texas A&M Corpus Christi, excuse me. Texas A&M, they're winning by 3 right now, 35-32. Second quarter just went under. Second half just started. About 17 minutes left in that one. So, quick. Hey, still got a close ball game in that one.
Later on tonight, we'll get Pitt versus Mississippi State.
Yep, that's nice.
That could be a good game.
Yes, it is. And then tomorrow we got, let's see, another Texas team, Texas Southern and Fair Dickinson, then Nevada and Arizona State.
So we got TSU tomorrow. Ooh, that's going to be a game I will absolutely be keeping.
That one is tomorrow at 6:40. Then the Nevada Arizona State game is the later one at 9. So,
damn. Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely something to keep eyes on. One last question here is one highlight or one thing I saw was, and I know you already know this, the Colts are planning to cut ties with Matt Ryan. Is he officially done? Does anybody else take a chance on Matt, or does he retire out?
I mean, from just kind of some things I've seen, it looks like he's supposed to keep playing, Jay. But I think he'll find a spot somewhere. Someone will pick him up.
I think, you know what, and call me crazy, Logan, and you may not want to hear this, but again, you guys are thin at the QB spot.
You think he's going to go back home? You think he's going to
Garoppolo? You draft, and hopefully, if Levis is available, maybe you draft Levis and stick him there as a developmental quarterback.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Because man, if he goes down, you're going to need somebody to step in and carry that torch until he can get healthy and get back.
Yeah. Hey, that's not a bad idea. Just as long as the Colts can eat some of that money, y'all should make a bracket. Winner gets free merch. Now, Jay, that is not a horrible idea. I'm just saying. But
hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. Hey, I covered the jersey in fantasy football. This might be your cover.
There you go. Hey, I know one of our fellow unscripted partners or members who gives away, or at least who has merch. His first name starts with a C and ends with a G. I'll let you figure that one out. But hey, that's not a bad idea, Damien. Not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea at all.
Dave, if you can find something to get some free merch, man, or to make us some merch for cheap, we're all for it.
Hey, listen, I'm always all for it. Oh, geez, let's see. We got one.
What we got left?
No, I was just thinking. I was like, damn. I guess if I'd have been thinking clearly last week, I would have said, hey, let's put out a bracket and do our bracket. But man, that's too late for now. We'll have to next year. We'll do a bracket next year. We'll do that because the game's on Thursday.
I'm doing my office bracket, Jay. I'm doing that one. Filling that out tomorrow. So see how these first four go. And then we got an office bracket going on just for fun. See how that goes. So at least about.
Listen, you work with a bunch of political people over there. If you're the only sports guy, you better not let us down. You better win.
No. Hey, we do have a sports department, so there's a couple of them in there. Not everyone, I don't think.
If you're not first, you're last. You better come in first.
Hey, I'm working on it, Jay. Like I said, wait to see how these go, and then I got to lock it in tomorrow, obviously, for the tournament kicks off on Thursday.
What a time to be alive, man! All right, let's get final thoughts, and we're going to enjoy the rest of our fun-filled evening. Logan, man, what's your final thoughts before we head on up out of here?
Yeah, man. Like I said, great show all in all. Obviously, football is going insane right now, and we'll continue to provide some updates. We got college basketball. Jay, our next show, we're going to have a whole lot to talk about. That's going to be most of the show, I'm assuming, just NFL recaps and March Madness recaps. So that's going to be a fun show on Thursday. Hey, and let's not forget baseball, still doing some spring training. World Baseball Classic, having a fun time. Let's go Team USA. And also, Jay, it's right around the corner. We got about maybe, 2 weeks, give or take, until the regular season starts. But baseball is almost back, Jay. We're getting some I'm loving the World Baseball Classic, man. That's a fun tournament. And like I said, let's get Team USA. Keep getting some W's. And I'm excited for Thursday's show. One more thing. Damien said, what's y'all's thoughts on Lamar's tweet saying $133 million for 3 years but no agent? He's just flexing on people, Damien. Let's be real here. Let's be real here. He was just saying, hey, I got this done without an agent, man. And I said, I'm not feeling it. Because he wants that money, Jay. He wants that money.
Bro, I don't know, man. But you know what? If he give me 133 full for 3, that's what is that? That's like 40. That's like 41 million a year. I think I'd probably turn that down too, because again, that puts him right there with Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
So
and
the idea is when you're a quarterback is to take the market to a next level, and he would be taking it to the next level. And I can't see Lamar being happy about that. So
yeah. And then one more thing, Jay, that just kind of we didn't get a chance to speak on, just we can bring up a little bit. John Morant, we know he's had some issues going on the past couple of weeks. He's not with the team. He entered a counseling program in Florida. So hopefully, Jay, that he works through whatever he's got going on in his personal life, and we see him back on the court here sooner rather than later. But yeah, hopefully all goes well for him, man. Because like I said, we love him. He's a great player. Obviously, he's got the potential to be the face of the league at some point. But like I said, he's young. He's got time to turn all this around, I think. And hopefully he gets the help he's needed, which it looks like he is out there in Florida. So wish you for the best for him.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I know we kind of hinted on that or talked a little bit about that on Saturday, but yeah, the fact that he's in treatment now, I mean, I don't know who told him or talked him into going to treatment, but kudos to that person because the way Ja was going, it wasn't good. And I honestly think that the trajectory that he was going, had he not did something, I think it was going to get real serious. And I think it was going to get real serious super fast. And the kind of serious where you can't talk your way out of. So, good for Ja. I'm glad he's in treatment. My only hope is that he takes it seriously. He takes full advantage of the resources that they give him and make the most of this opportunity so that, number one, he can be healthy. And number two, he can get back to playing the game that he loves so much. And, that's really all we can ask for that. So, Ja, do your best, do your homework, study hard, but mostly apply what you learn. Don't let it just go by the wayside. All right, folks, that is our show. Again, check us out on Twitter, Unscripted Guys, all one word, and on TikTok at Unscripted Sports, all one word. And check out All Sports, All Plays. That's ASAP Network on the Google Play app, and Amazon, as well as we are affiliated with Bet Us for all of your betting needs. So until Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, it's your boy Babyface Logan, your boy Jay McLove saying we appreciate Damian for stopping by, Anthony Price for stopping by, and for all the guys that are out there viewing us live on TV as well as all the other social media platforms. We will see you guys Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Deuces.